Hi everyone, this is Crystal and today I'm working in my Traveler's Notebook for 2018. This is a notebook in which I'm doing monthly spreads. So far the only one I've done is January, and there is a video for this, so I'll be sure to link it below. So this is my February spread. I have two photos that I intend to include, and then I've pulled some supplies from this is the this is the April Citrus Twist Kits Pocket Life kit. So these papers are from that kit, and so are these bits of ephemera and die cuts from the cut apart sheet and from the die cut pack that came in the kit. I also have a couple extra things. So this came with the kit as well, but this was in the grab bag that I bought from Citrus Twist Kits. And then I have a few things from the May kit as well. So I'm just gonna play around and see what I can come up with, and I'm gonna put you on fast forward and see how it goes. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out my little trimmer and trim down my photos. So I had printed these side by side on a 4x6 photo paper, and I just want to trim them down so that they are separate photos, and I'm going to leave a white border around the edge of each one. And I got them actually a little too close on my 4x6 canvas, so the white spacing around each one wasn't quite as big as I would normally like it, so I fussed with it a little bit to try and get it even, just because it's slightly smaller than what I'm used to trimming. And I'm sorry if you can hear the mowing in the background. It's summer and, well, actually it's spring, but it feels like summer and grass is growing like crazy, and there is basically no time to record when someone is not mowing. So for the other side, or the first side of this spread, I know I want to use these black and white papers. My photos have my black and white pillows from my couch on it, so I thought it would be nice to add these black and white papers and pull out the colors in those photos, and that it would be a nice contrast to the other things I have planned for this page. And sorry about my messy hair. You will probably see a lot of it throughout this video. I changed my camera setup a little bit before filming this, and I think I have it set just a little too high. You can see a bit too much of me in this video, so I apologize for that, and hopefully it'll be fixed before I shoot the next one. So these 6x8 papers are just slightly too short to fill the pages of this pocket, or I'm sorry, this traveler's notebook. So I just added a little strip of the other black and white paper to the top and bottom to make it fill the whole page. So it looks like it's layered a little bit on this page, and then that takes care of the fact that they aren't long enough to cover the whole thing. So I want to use that same lighter black and white paper to kind of map my photos, or to create a place for my photos to sit. So I am just kind of eyeballing how wide I want it, and I'm going to get out my trimmer again and just trim it down a little bit, and then I'm going to mark where the center of the page is. Since I want this notebook to still be able to open and close easily, I'm just going to trim the papers where the fold is, and treat them as two separate pieces of paper when I add them to the book. And then that way it will fold nicely and not be so bulky in the center. You may have also seen me use my thumbnail to just kind of fold down the edge of that paper so that it lays nicely in the center. And you can see I've already forgotten to put that second piece back on, but I will remember here in a minute, and it will go on so that it looks like that is just one big piece of the black and white paper behind my photos. Right now I'm using this pink stripe paper to add another layer behind my photos. I wanted to bring in some pink since this is about a female dog, our second dog, another girl, and because this notebook is really just for me, it's an opportunity for me to use as much pink as I want to, which I don't normally do, since our regular documenting is for Jesse too, and he's not a huge pink fan. So this is my opportunity to use some pink. So I'm gonna take it. Here's where I remember to attach that other half or little piece of that black and white photo, so that that part is done. And now I'm just thinking about what else I might want to add. I think it needs something to ground that a little bit, to give it something else below that black and white photo to break it up a bit. So I'm going to use this wood grain paper to add another strip below. And at first I was thinking I would add one to the top too, but I end up just doing the one below. It just looked like a little bit too much to me to add them both, so I'm just going to go with the bottom. And I had to get out my bigger trimmer for that. I don't have to use that very often, but for this one I needed to pull it out from my shelves. And sorry again about my head. Hopefully I will get that taken care of before the next video, because that is not good. That's not what any of you want to see, I'm sure. My messy hair. Okay, so back to the layout. I think that I want to use this die cut Hey Girl for part of my title. And I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put it. And I think I like it like this, with the kind of descender of the Y nestled into the word below it, between the I and the R. So I think I'm going to keep it there, but I'm just going to let it sit for a minute and make sure that that's really what I want to do. And then I'm going to go through the rest of these die cuts that I pulled out to see which ones I might want to use on this page, or where I might want to use them. I'm just laying them all down right now, not adhering anything yet, just so that I can be sure that I really like where they all are before I commit to anything. So just like I was adamant about using the pink on this spread, I'm also very certain I want to use these flowers. I don't, again, use a lot of florals in my documenting, since I'm usually documenting for all of us. But this is my chance to use these gorgeous flowers, and those flowers are from the April Citrus Twist Pocket Life Kit. And they match perfectly the puffy stickers from the May Citrus Twist Kits Pocket Life Kit. So I'm going to end up pulling those over as well. And then I'm also going to use that little bird that was from the die cut pack, which is adorable. But right now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to finish my title. So I want my title to be Hey Girl, Welcome Home, since this is about us bringing our new dog Foxy into our home. And I was auditioning a couple different alphas, but I end up going with this kind of pinky violet one from an old Kelly Perky kit. And I spared you having to watch me put down all of those tiny little stickers, so I fast forwarded through that for you a little bit. And for some reason these stuck to the background a little bit more than usual. I haven't had any trouble with the Kelly Perky alphas before this, but this one didn't want to come off the paper, so I had to fuss around and get some of the backing paper off of the ones that stuck. And then of course the adhesive stuck behind, so I had to grab my Martha Stewart glue pen. And then I realized that something happened and my glue pen is broken. It's leaking all over the place. So that's not going to work for me anymore. I tried to get some glue on it just to stick down this one letter that I was already fussing with, but then it just started pouring out of the pen. So that one is basically trash. I'm going to have to try and find a replacement for it sooner than I anticipated. But for now, I am going to go find my fine line bottle, which has some Scotch tacky adhesive, tacky glue. I think it used to be called quick dry adhesive, but now it's Scotch tacky glue, I believe. So that is what's inside that bottle. And it works just fine to glue down the edges of those letters where the adhesive had come off. So now I'm finally ready to glue down my photos. I think I really like the way this is looking so far, so I'm going to commit to uh, those spots for my photos, and then I'm going to use this fine line bottle again to glue down this die cut title. and I just make a few dots all over the place to adhere that down. It doesn't take a lot of this glue to keep things secure in even in a pocket or a sorry, a traveler's notebook. I keep wanting to say a pocket, but it's not a pocket. It's just a traveler's notebook, um, where there is no pocket, where there's no plastic keeping it in place. This glue works really well for it. So I'm going to use that to adhere all the little fine things, and then just use the tape runner for the rest of it. And I'm just making sure everything is exactly where I want it before I start gluing things down again, and thinking about what else I might want on the page. But I like this so far, so I'm going to start adhering things. And I wanted to tuck that little floral piece just behind the letters to make it all kind of nestle in together. And then, like I said, I'm going to use some of these puffy stickers from the May kit that match these die cuts really well. And that just gives it a little bit more dimension without being overly dimensional for the pocket. Gosh darn it, it's a traveler's notebook. Um, for this traveler's notebook, which you know you can't have too much dimension in, or they just don't close. And I do want to get at least 12 spreads in this notebook, so I don't want things to be too dimensional. But these puffy stickers are just dimensional enough that they add a little interest to the page, but still everything still closes, and it doesn't take up too much space, so that I won't be able to add in the rest of my spreads. So I thought about maybe adding a little floral piece there, that red bit, but I didn't really like the red, so I'm going to choose one of the hearts from the puffy sticker sheet instead. And I like that extra pop of bright pink. Then it's kind of in 3 places, sort of diagonally across the page. Now I'm going to add this uh, little die cut piece that says today, and the little bird, and I'm just going to tuck the little bird in, so part of it is behind that puffy sticker and part of it is on top, and everything just nestles in nicely together. And then I thought maybe I would add some more yellow with these little phrase stickers from the grab bag that I got from Citrus Twist on National Scrapbooking Day. Um, so I find 3 that I like, so that I can add them in a couple places across the spread. And the phrases work really well, and I think that they'll work where I want them to be, to add a little more yellow to the spread. But they're just a little too wide. So I try a couple different ones, thinking maybe it's the length that isn't working, but I realize they're just a little too fat. So I just trim off a little bit of each one, and it's fine to do that. It doesn't hurt anything, and then it fits right above that little phrase on that die cut that says today, and everything fits well together, and I can get all 3 on without it being a problem. So now really all that I have left to do is to add my journaling. So I just grabbed a ruler to add some lines really quick, just to make sure everything is straight. And then I'm going to write my journaling, which just says, I couldn't be happier that you are officially a part of our family. Welcome home, sweet girl. And that's going to do it for this spread. That will wrap up my February spread in my Traveler's Notebook for 2018. There is a close-up photo coming up so that you can see the detail. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you found some inspiration here. And if you aren't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe to my channel to be notified when I upload new videos. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day.